Alright boys and girls, welcome back to Aussie Curry Quest. We're going to be reviewing Mehfil on the kind of like Auburn High Street, very close to the station. They look pretty serious. It's also a couple of Pakistani brothers sitting outside looking like taxi drivers. So I'm sure it's going to be a pretty promising place. Chai mil jayega bhai? Mil sakta hai chai bhai? Yes. Yes, okay, nice. I just thought I'd actually just start with some masala chai just because I'm a little bit low on energy. Oh, fantastic tea though. Really good tea. I quite like the fact that it's super full of flavor. You can just taste all the spices in this masala chai, but they haven't gone crazy on the sugar, and I really appreciate that.
No, just...
तो भाईजान एक लैम कढ़ाई मिल जाएगा?
Lamb curry?
This is the menu. I just thought I'd talk you through it before my food arrives. So, I mean, you're looking at 21, 22 bucks for a person. They've also got a meal deal for two, which is $35. It's not bad at all for a curry, rice, 2 naans, and 2 cans, which I think is very reasonable for 2 people. On the flip side to this, guys, we've got starters. You got your curries starting from about 17 bucks, and that's probably for half a karai if I had to guess. Oh yeah, it is actually, because the full karai is 35, which is absolutely reasonable, and like, you know, 2 to 3 people could be eating on that full karai. Thanks. So, I mean, just on first impressions, color looks pretty decent. I'm glad it's not like absolutely swimming in oil, but there is a little amount, which it is always to be expected in a karai. But just this deep, dark red color is always what we're looking for. It just means that they're just using a nice amount of tomatoes. I also quite like the fact that they've got this pepper, capsicum in there as well. It'll definitely just break that dish up. This naan looks absolutely sensational as well, guys. Like wafer thin, nice and warm. I don't know if you can see the steam coming off it, but it's like it looks amazing. Alright guys, just eating that Mehfil. I ordered their lamb karai off the bone. There was a little bit of bone in there, but it was totally fine. Color was amazing. Flavors were great. A little bit heavy on the garam masala for my liking. A little bit, but each to their own. Salted very well. Spiced beautifully as well. It's always nice when your nose runs just a little bit. That's when you know you've had a good curry. And in my opinion, if your nose isn't running just a little bit, the spice level isn't enough for you. Naan was amazing. A nice wafer thin. I ordered 2, and I still don't feel like I've overeaten and going into a food coma, which is always a good thing, especially when you eat desi food. A little bit heavy on the oil. I did have to drain that a little bit, but all in all, flavor, texture, taste, fantastic. I also really like these karais that break it up a little bit and put peppers in there or a little bit of veg, just because it does get a little bit much in terms of intensity of flavor when you're just plowing through karais. So I quite like the fact that there was a little bit of pepper in there and just some whole onion as well. But nevertheless, a decent standard of a Pakistani karai, I must say. I think I'm gonna rate Mehfil all in all 8.5 out of 10. The only thing that let it down for me was a little bit heavy on the garam masala. It wasn't enough dhania, coriander, ginger and fresh chili, which I specifically asked for, and I did ask them to give me an extra bit more masala gravy, which they didn't really do either. Other than that though, can't really fault them. Mehfil definitely gets a solid 8.5 out of 10 from me. Thanks guys, we'll see you in the next episode.